Hello everyone, I'm Sunanta from SNS College of Technology, Department of Mathematics. As the continuation of the lecture series in the topic two-dimensional random variables, we are going to see regression in this lecture video. So regression is nothing but studying how an independent variable is affecting the independent variable. For example, if we are considering two variables x and y, if x is an independent variable and y is an independent variable, then regression is nothing but studying how this x is affecting the or models how an independent variable influences the dependent variable y. So here is the regression technique. So first is to identify the parameter, next future value prediction, relationship analysis, next is challenges and considerations. So here is what the definition of regression is. So this is a statistical method for estimating conditional expectation. Next, the conditions are best estimate of a random variable is given to another. Next is mean measure of estimated accuracy. Variables with uncertain outcomes are also discussed in this. So regression, what is the purpose of regression? So regression is to predict or explain the change in dependent variable. Say let us consider y as an dependent variable and x is an independent variable based on an independent variable x. So this is to explain how y changes with respect to x. So here is the design thinking based regression. So traditional regression, so the abstract formula driven approach. Next, the empathize part is user needs are identified. Next, it is framed into a problem. Next, the potential solution is generated. Next, based on that we'll build a model. Next, evaluation process is done in testing process. So here is an empathy part in which we are considering the regression in education. So we are going to empathize with students. So let us consider in studying itself. So identifying how students struggle to understand the concepts. Next is understanding motivation. So how students study. Next we are going to develop the solution based on that. So if student is struggling to memorize, then we can conduct coaching classes like that. Next, implementing how many days we can conduct. Next, finding the results based on conducting frequent tests. So we can use like this. So here is the definition part. So the problem statement is clearly articulated. Next, user needs are satisfied by empathy. So here is the regression model improvement. So helping students understand linear regression assumptions. Next is the decision tree. Next, regularization techniques in which handle high dimensional data with new regularization methods. Next is analogies and examples. So explaining complex concepts using intuitive analogs and real world examples could really help students in understanding the concepts very much clearly. Next is a collaborative platform. So user shares experiences and learn from each other on collaborative platform. For example, let us make a collaboration between students. For example, one advanced learner and one slow learner are combined to explain the problems and in student perception. So next is in random processes how we can use this regression. So this is to estimate conditional expectation, predict future values. Next, analyzes dependencies between both the variables. Next is illustrating utility. So here is the applications. So in optimization, regression optimizes an engineering process for efficiency. In modeling relationships, engineers use regression to understand variable interactions. In data driven decisions, it is used for engineering decision making. Next, in prediction, it aids in forecasting future engineering outcomes. So in circuit designing, in signal processing, in control systems and semiconductor manufacturing and all, this is used. So the goal of this is to correlation identifies the association, whereas the regression impulse cause and effect or prediction. Next, regression is a function. This is an equation. So here is what we have seen in this video. First, we have seen what is the core concepts of regression. We have discussed what is regression and the types of regression. Next, we have studied the techniques involved. Next, how we can use this regression in real life, and we have seen the design thinking based approach to regression in this video. In the next video, we are going to see what is covariance. Before that, let us see an assessment question. So, in which regression analysis is mainly used to predict the value of one variable from another. So, the regression analysis, the variable to predict is called the dependent. If coefficient of correlation is 0, then there is no relationship between two variables. Thank you.